Patrick Johnson. Well, first of all, I'd like to congratulate the visionaries for seeing Devonport as best place to take advantage of northwest tourism. It's got huge potential as long as we commit to supporting sustainable tourism in the region. My question is about, and I also support the concept of inner city living, and that's a great thing to be having a vision. I was just wondering if the council is engaged on the community of people already living in the inner city, a group of people that's often swept away in new developments. That's the transient homeless. What is in the plan for those people in Devonport?
Well, Patrick, thanks very much for your question. Homelessness is very close to my heart and the work that I've been doing with young people over the years. I suppose for me, the first thing that we're creating is the opportunity for having 1,100 jobs created. And that gives an opportunity for those who may be homeless, may be struggling, that may have to consider moving out of the area, being transit. But unless we realise our full potential, unless we get out there and start creating, and in that creating our reputation to attract people off the spirits, people off the out of the airport and come and base themselves in Devonport to stop the leakage going through to Launceston, we need to be able to create those 1,100 jobs. And there's an opportunity for those who are struggling, are in need, and as I said, it's an opportunity, and that's what we've got to look at, and that's what Living City is about.
Within this city, it's probably something that we haven't quite tapped into in the past. Would that be a fair comment?
Yeah, certainly Devonport, I think, is really only at the beginning of that, and this is something that will encourage that. I think you'll see all sorts of opportunities that will come as a part of this. It will encourage a lot more people to look at opportunities to develop residential accommodation that's close to that city area. So I think that's a really important point. Look, the other thing I think you need to be really mindful of with this is, and you've seen the pictures there tonight, the vision that they're creating, and this is something that is quite unique. This is something that's, when it's finished, it's going to be really striking. It is something that I think is going to be an attraction. There are a lot of other things that have got to be added into it. There's been lots of things talked about tonight, the art side of it, those sorts of things, and I look at what's happened in Hobart over the last maybe 3-4 years with Mona down there, and I think if you went back 5-6 years, no one would ever have predicted the impact that has had in bringing people into Hobart, and the impact it's had on generating accommodation in that, and the businesses that operate in that city. Now Devonport can do that. There's no question about that. We can do that. We need to have that vision. We need to be able to stick to those sorts of things and look at what we can do to create that. And that food side of it, I think, is really important. That's something really great that we've got here. It's not going away. It's only going to get bigger and better. There's I think one of the important things that I keep talking, encouraging council on as well too. This is great, but it is just the beginning. This is a wonderful picture, and it's got, I think, a hell of a lot of credibility. It can happen. It can be real. It will happen. But it's certainly still going to need an awful lot of commitment by council, by the community, to make it real and to stick to it. But there's another part to that as well too, and I think council has a really important role in this, and it's been talked about a little bit tonight. We do have to increase our population. We do have to get more people into this part of the world. Yeah, it's no good at building all these great big shops and thinking they'll be fine. They're only going to prosper if we've got more and more people coming in here and they've all got jobs. And that rural community that we've got around us, I think, represents our best opportunity by a mile. And I think it's an important thing that council needs to not lose sight of, that they have a role in being able to attract people to come here and establish businesses and create employment. Outside of just shops, you've got to create somewhere where, well, Costas is a great example, I think, of what they're doing here. But there's a lot of those sorts of ones that we've got to look at, we've got to get here. But that can happen, and I think that's where Council needs to put its vision into the future as well.